Hello there, and welcome back to episode 6 of our show, The Podcast of Us. This is a weekly podcast covering all things The Last of Us, covering the brand new TV show, and revisiting the 2 games of the same name. Just to let you know, while I've got your attention, that all previous episodes are available. They are linked below, and they're in a fantastic playlist as well. If you want to watch our reactions from even before the series started, all the way through to the end, and even potentially a couple of in-person ones as well afterwards. My name is Matt from Mateus Players, and I'm joined here as always with Drew from Drewdaism. Hello, Drew.
Hello, Matthew.
Oh, thank you. Full naming, are we? Excellent. And Nathaniel from, again, No Internet Footprint. Hi, Nathan.
No Internet Footprint is starting to sound like an internet thing, so that might be a good name for it. Hello.
It sounds more suspicious to me.
Like you don't want to be found for a reason.
Yeah, like you was outed on How to Catch a Predator, and now that's why you deleted all your internet history.
I'd like to say a big hello to everyone live and everyone watching on YouTube. Really appreciate you guys being here. Nathan, would you like to say anything to Drew's online?
I mean, he's making me out like I'm a watch list guy, and I'd like to clarify that I'm not. I mean, whatever.
Whatever. I don't even mind.
I'm just saying, mate. Last time I came around your house, I had to wait for a lot of people with burning torches and pitchforks. So,
Oh, those.
those guys, they're friends.
Oh, no,
They're associates. They're colleagues.
This is your spoiler warning as we delve into episode 6 of The Last of Us, titled Kin, with a runtime of 59 minutes. So please do make sure you've watched that show before you come back here and hear our thoughts on it. But if you have, welcome back. Sit back, relax, grab a cup of tea, and let's hear some thoughts on episode 6 of The Last of Us, titled Kin. Nathan, go ahead. Overall thoughts, give me a sentence.
Oh.
He's gone in with a controversy already.
Already? I thought that was like a enjoyed, not a...
So this episode, I kind of feel that we've departed from the game that's noticeable enough that it's starting to, like, I'm having to watch it, just accepting it through new lenses. This is just a new show that they're making. They're going a different direction. I'm kind of having just to accept that. I'm starting to think that they're going off track a bit. And I'll get into why I think that is. I mean, there were really good bits in the episode. Definitely made me laugh on several bits. But yeah, no,
Drew?
Overall, I think I liked it. It's going away from the game, but they're going to have to. My biggest fear at the moment with the entire series is how they're going to squeeze it all in with just like 3 episodes left. But overall, as an episode, I liked it. But I have issues with the series I'm going to moan about later. But overall, it was good. It was good. I'm a sucker for a snowy background. I love a bit of snow.
You really are, yeah.
The scenery was really nice.
It was top notch.
Breathtaking. What, Colorado they filmed in or something? I don't know.
Yeah, bloody beautiful. But yeah, I liked it. Matt, what did you think?
I enjoyed it. I liked it. I see more of what Nathan had brought up in a previous podcast about how TV Joel is changing from video game Joel.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not too sure how I feel about that just yet.
Yeah.
Because like Nathan says, I'm having to view this now, much like what Nathan said, through the eyes of someone who hasn't played the video game. And kind of just accepting it as this is a new Joel. This is what he's going to be like, and that's okay. I thought it was a good episode. I thought it was a very well put together kind of setup episode, where they have a. We'll go into it, but I thought it was a very well done setup episode for what hopefully might potentially kick off. Maybe not in the next episode, but maybe the episode after. Going by tiles.
Bloody next episode.
But shall we have a recap of that story?
Yes.
So straight away, my hands were in my head as 3 months later since the last episode of Sam and Henry, Sam being bit and Henry shooting himself.
Oh, God.
It's still, they didn't have to put that in the recap as quick as they did, but they did, and then it hurt my feelings.
I enjoyed it.
I thought you would. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved it.
Relived it.
But
We
yes,
relived it from a different angle as well, which is good.
it's 3
Might be
months
done.
later. Where
Yeah.
are they now at this point? Would it be snowy 3 months later? Because I thought, looking at the following episode from last week, I was like, oh my god, they're really like jumping ahead if it's winter. But I don't know if they've just made their way across
Well, they're
the
in
country
Colorado now,
or...
aren't they? They're in Colorado.
I don't know.
They're Wyoming.
Wyoming.
I thought they was in the Rocky Old Mountains of Colorado.
Colorado.
That's
No,
not
no,
how
I
you
think
say Colorado in American
That
accent.
is not. Let's apologise immediately for that.
Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado. But my hands were in my head straight away because we kind of come across this dude who's got his rabbits and he's going into a hut. And I was like, okay, yep, here's Joel. He's doing a bit of hunting. Ellie's going to be in the hut. And it was these two brand new characters. I was just like, oh my God, what are we doing with these guys? What? They're just going to end up dead. It's a flashback. I can't believe they've done this to me again. But now it's my boy Joel. He's holding them up, isn't he? He's got a bloody pistol on him. I was like, oh, thank God for this. Maybe that's it for flashbacks. Then I saw the title for the next episode. But no, I was like, oh, thank gosh. Okay. They get a bit of information from the Native American couple.
Also,
Pretty funny.
I don't know if anyone's going to realise this, but I believe the elderly gentleman there, is out of Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is the Asian character. Dear God, I hope it's Asian. And yeah, he helps all the kids evacuate the school from the bombing.
Oh, damn.
I'm pretty sure that's him. Oh, mate, honestly, that would be my mastermind round, spotting people.
Yeah, how would you
Die
even
Hard
describe
about
that?
this.
Yeah, what's your topic? Spotting people from other franchises in different franchises.
That no one else cares about or knows about.
Yeah, so even they don't know if they're wrong.
But yeah, anyway, that's a little fun thing. My girlfriend had to hear it, so now you guys have to hear it too. I'm now going to fact check myself to continue.
Lucky us. But yeah,
I did
go on, Ace, go on.
I was say I did like that couple. They were pretty chill. Like they'd obviously been like that for a while. Like,
I was right.
yeah. But when they came in and Joel was holding him up, and the guy was like, a guy went to his wife like, "You made him soup." What's going on? I said, "Oh,
Yeah.
Nicola gets them."
You telling him the truth? Yeah. He's funny. You made him soup? Yeah. It's like...
They were pretty chilled, man. I liked them. I liked them a lot.
Yeah,
They
I
just
like
got away
that
from the people, and I'm such a big fan of that.
I can't wait for their spin-off.
The Last of Soup.
Gone to get crackers.
Then they started talking, right? I thought Ellie was being well rude.
Mate, yeah.
You're in their house. Like, Ellie's a fiery character, but damn, she was just straight up rude in this episode. And I was like, come on. Why are you like this?
They've made soup. They made you soup.
They made you soup after holding them up, and then you stole the rabbit. You stole a rabbit
Oh,
after Joel was
mate,
like, "Don't
yeah.
take it."
Oh.
And I was like, I mean, probably a bit disorientated after the whole Henry thing, but that was 3 months later, wasn't
That
it?
was 3 months. Yeah, 3 months earlier. She's still hungry for it. Hungry for more death.
Yeah, but yeah, no, just
But yeah,
I think,
they
no,
kind
It's
of.
fine. They can steal a rabbit if they want. So that's all they got.
Do you know how long it is? It takes ages to hunt a rabbit sometimes.
Nice one. Just get a set of good trap. Be better. Do you know what I mean? It's been 20 years. They can master trapping rabbits, surely.
They've been doing it longer than 20 years. But yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Well, the
It's-
information they
Look
get.
at 'em. Let's look at them. They ain't starving, are they? They're living good lives.
I mean, they didn't even take the soup.
Do you know what I mean? And they didn't even seem bothered, like, offering soup. That was me. I'd be like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, fuck it. It's my soup. Goddamn my
Yeah.
soup.
They're just chilling, mate, watching reruns of Die Hard. They're having a great time.
I was in that. Yeah, all right.
Was it?
all right, yeah, okay.
What's my heart? Get out of my house.
Yeah. So they learn from the Native American couple that if they go, is it north or head towards the river, there's a decent chance that they will never come back. So this is like, oh, wicked, this is great. Maybe it's like, I went straight to like, oh, it's going to be loads of infected over there. Like the infected are migrating for the winter. It's going to be really cool, really interesting. But it's Tommy's crew. It's Tommy's
I've
crew.
got my first gripe.
Go on.
So they sit there. Sorry if you can hear my dog growling in the background. She's being
Oh, you
moaning.
infected.
they're talking about going, oh, we went this way, and I was like, have you been there? It's like, yeah, it's all of them infected. Well, do you think it's about time in the TV show that we can see some?
No,
Everyone's talking about when.
we've all seen ours infected. That was last episode. We saw all of them.
Yeah,
That's all we're gonna get.
But at this point, I was starting to forget that it's like a zombie apocalyptic series. I'm just thinking like, oh, it's just a bomb's gone, a nuclear bomb might as well gone off, and there's just like the last survivors and just little camps. You forget we're not running into any infected, any clickers. It's very rare for a TV show. I just want to see more clickers and more infected, and not even just in swarms, just like floating about. I said it before, said it last time. Copy and paste a couple in the background. Walk past a couple.
Super easy. It's super easy.
Yeah.
I think the amount of infected Joel has actually killed. Oh no, there was a sniper scene, wasn't there, where he was in the house. So yeah, he did take out a few there, to be fair. But outside of the sniper scene, I think he's only killed like 3 infected or something.
Yeah. I want to see more. Where's
I think we all do, but the whole zombie thing is very tropey at this point. I think, like, I think we're everyone. I'm not. I fucking love zombies, but what I've heard on the internet and through Reddit posts and YouTube comments is that everyone's a bit like bored with the whole. Oh, well, great, it's zombies, just shooting zombies, action with the zombies. So now they're having to, much like what The Walking Dead did, they have to focus on the survivors and their feelings and how they feel and what makes them sad. I don't like it. But I'll accept it's what the zombie genre is starting to turn into now, and the survivor genre is starting to turn into.
But what they had a production budget of up to $100 million.
Yeah, but
where's that money gone?
That's real duct tape going on his shoes. That's real duct tape. You know,
Which brings me on to my second thing.
Oh no! Use the pictures, Drew. The pictures.
You said you brought it out. God damn it! Yeah, we're not there yet.
Go on.
But
No, you can.
duct tape's a fucking shit thing to put on the bottom of your foot.
My mate,
It's not very good in the grip in the snow, is
I
it?
think you should try and hold them together.
Yeah, I
But
think
you
it
flip
was.
everywhere. It's snowy out of there, mate.
But then the water from the snow might get in your socks, maybe.
Yeah, man, you get trench foot.
At least you ain't gonna fall over and break your ankle.
He nearly falls over a couple of times, which kind of brings us
It's
to the next
got
point
fucking
in the
duct tape
story.
when he's-
No, the man's got like a heart condition. What is this? Panic attack, anxiety attacks? He had a couple throughout the show, throughout this episode.
I don't know whether this is them trying to throw us off, the people who have played the game, trying to throw us off the scent a little bit, and I'm starting to get concerned that they're going to try and Arthur Morgan him.
Oh, do you reckon?
They're throwing us off the scent because,
No.
and now they're dropping hints that he may be sick. Maybe he's got PTSD, which obviously this could be a thing, but I don't see anything in this instance that would actually trigger it. I don't know anything about PTSD, so I can't really comment. I'm just talking out on a limb here. But I got the impression from that it wasn't triggering from PTSD, but that was more he's getting on a bit now, he's getting a bit sick, and they're going to start trying to say that he's got like an underlying illness and that we're not knowing about, and they're going to Arthur Morgan him. He's going to get hoarse. He's going to say goodbye to
Oh
it.
god, no! Oh, he's got a horse! No, he's got a horse! Oh no, he's got a horse! Oh no! Oh, he's gonna say thank you, and I'm gonna fucking cry. Oh no! Oh.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to read into that, but I've got to be
Yeah,
concerned.
that's brand new, isn't it? That's definitely there was a vulnerable Joel in this episode, and in the game, Joel was not vulnerable to that extent at all.
No.
It was a kind of so like I was saying, like in the early episodes where Joel just doesn't have that edge, that kind of savage, angry survivor edge, and it didn't seem to come across very vulnerable in this episode, which is kind of a bit different to the character. But yeah, the reason I keep on bringing up the game, it's the source material and it's what made it good in the first place, and they just take risks if they're going to change that. Because the reason why it's so good is because of the dynamic between these two characters. And if you start changing the characters and how they are, you lose that dynamic and you lose the value they get from each other. So to not have that brought across faithfully to that extent just leaves a bit to be desired. So I'm kind of feeling that they're pepping us up. They're basically bringing season 2 Joel to season 1 to kind of fill in the gap of why there was such a massive change between game 1 and game 2. But this is one of the reasons why I was a bit like, well, Joel's a lot more vulnerable here. where than he was in the game.
In the
there.
game, he was punching horses out and stuff. And
He was
like,
punching
yeah.
horses out.
He
Yeah,
did strangle a man in this episode, though. That was quite nice to see.
that
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. Yeah, he still got moves. That's nice.
But yeah, going back to the more emotional, the more emotional Joel. Like you say, he's more prominent in episode 2, absolutely. But I think that's again, it's a 7-year time jump between the games. Time has got on, and he kind of hasn't been out and about, to not spoil too much of the game. But yeah, I don't know what I can say now and not potentially spoil the game for people. But I understand where you're coming from with they're bringing a more sensitive Joel. They're bringing Last of Us 2 Joel into Last of Us 1 Joel. It's a big change. It is a big change.
And to be fair, it might make, like, as we go through the series, this might be a reason why it might gel together better.
I'm
so I
thinking
think
that
that's a plus side. Just
for
when it
the
comes to it,
next
'cause
episode, yes.
At least the way that this progresses is going to make a bit more sense. So if they do go back and repair that, yes, it's different, but it might gel better in the long term. So yeah, hopefully that's positive that comes from it.
Nice. Well, they end up crossing the bridge. Well, what they think was the river, the Danger River, but then they kind of read their map incorrectly and then actually turn up against the Danger River and cross that over. And continuing with the theme of Red Dead, they come across some cowboys, some cowpokes.
Oh, I was going to say, just before that, they got the little dam pun that I quite enjoyed.
Oh, yeah.
When they came across the dam, and Ellie was like, "Damn, I was like,
damn,
yeah.
son."
Damn, son.
They also discussed Ellie's fascination with space for the first time.
Yes,
She's
they
fascinated with space.
did, yes.
And they looked up at the sky and they saw the Northern Lights. I have nothing else to say on this, but the fact that I've actually seen the Northern Lights in real
said
life.
this as I was watching it to everyone in the room. I said, tomorrow on the podcast, Drew will bring up the fact that he's seen the Northern Lights.
As I was watching that as well, I was thinking, just imagining Drew saying, "Yeah, me and Ellie actually have quite a lot in common. We've
got
both
a lot
seen
in
Northern
common.
Lights." Yeah.
If anything, me and Joel have a lot in common. Seeing the Northern Lights.
Both seen Northern Lights, yeah.
We're used to carrying people around in our lives, just being annoying.
Both got underlying health conditions.
Underlying health conditions.
You both want to start a sheep farm, a ranch.
And it's another thing. I'm glad you mentioned it.
Excellent.
Farming sheep is a right pain in the ass. Just watch season 2 of Clarkson's Farm. He'll tell you. Like, if you're going to do anything, you want cows. Cows can be trusted. They just have births on their own. It's fine. Lambing, you have to have a whole season. You have to stay up all night.
Really? I didn't know that.
A faff, mate.
Cows just do their thing.
Scope.
Cows just eat grass and do their thing.
Yeah, and literally they just fall out. Sometimes you've got to be there. You can get little detectors put in their tails. So as their tails move, you can tell when the cow's going to give birth. And you can get your elbow in there and just like get them out if you want.
Wow.
But sheep are a right fucking ordeal, mate. And then it's not the way to go. So if someone could tell Joel that, I'd appreciate it. Because I don't even see him.
I think this was quite cute as a bit of foreshadowing in part 2 of the game. Where isn't this where Ellie then bases herself on the farm and a ranch? And kind
this is true.
Maybe stolen a dream from someone else. I thought it was not a quite nice potential. Maybe again, I'm looking too much into it, but I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that sounds very similar to like something that happens in part 2. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. If they've already like laying down the seeds for that now. Oh yeah, super cute.
They also discuss about space, how Ellie's read all the things, and she mentions Sally Ride. Who the fuck is Sally Ride?
Sally Ride is an American astronaut.
She's a female astronaut, and that's probably why I haven't heard of her.
There, unfortunately, yes.
No one's ever promoted them. Oh dear, sorry, Sally. Well, I'd like to give a big shout out to Sally Ride.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, you don't talk about it in school.
It's always Buzz and Neil, mate.
Buzz and Neil, yeah.
Yeah.
Was she with them? Was she actually with them? Get the fuck out of it. Was she really with? She wasn't the first one up. Because if she was up with Buzz and Neil,
along with people like Apollo astronaut Neil Armstrong and a test pilot Chuck Yeagood.
If she was with Buzz and Neil, they did her so dirty. we just brought her along for the cleaning. It's just
bloody hell. Well, unfortunately, at 61 years of age, Sally Ride did pass away in 2012 after a 17-month battle with pancreatic cancer.
But did she go up with Neil?
It looks like, from just what I'm seeing online, she Investigating the disaster, along with people like Apollo astronaut Neil Armstrong, preparations for the ride's third flight were permanently shelved when Challenger exploded, and Ride found herself serving on the Presidential Commission investigating the disaster. So I don't think she was there with them. But again,
so she went up
it was a
time.
very different time. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But
Again,
she went up into space.
I could be incredibly wrong. By the looks of things, yeah. I mean, I don't think you get the title American astronaut without being in space and American.
Did Sally Ride go to the moon like Dogecoin?
No, that is not a Google thing.
No, it's not.
God, thank God
We
for
only
that.
understand things in terms of Dogecoin. Did it go up like Dogecoin to the moon?
Sally Ride's place in history was assured on June 18th, 1983, where she rocketed into space and got lost.
Oh gosh.
I'm joking.
Space missions STS-7 and STS-41-G were the missions she was a part of.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
There we are. But
You are
yeah,
there, Drew.
Subject.
but
Get us off.
absolutely. Yeah, we're getting off the subject. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's nice that they're starting to delve into it, kind of Ellie's fascination with space. Again, something that can pay off later on in this season, potentially season 2. Hey, who knows? Maybe even season 3. But the gang gets held up by a bunch of cowpokes, and they have a infection sniffing dog. How does this work? Is this a thing? Is this because I know with Granny Adler, the dog was like, "Hang on a minute, something ain't right with you.
Fuck this shit.
I'm a run away." Yeah, have they trained the dog? Is this possible? Because it clearly didn't work.
Yeah, dogs can't dogs smell like certain
Cancer and stuff.
and certain I forgot what it is. Certain
Bombs?
diseases or cancer or something. They can sniff
Yeah,
it out.
but
I
like,
think so.
but in this day and age, without technology in modern society, we have the ability to do that. Apocalyptic people put a lot of faith in this dog not being an
And
angry
it
dog.
sounds like this dog might have had a bad day, and they've killed like 4 people that they've come across, all because the dog had a bit of a grouchy tummy. Like,
A bit hungry.
yeah.
It was a bit hungry for I would say.
I thought when the dog jumped up and started playing with her, that was the command that she's infected. Like, kill her! Get it! He's doing it! He's doing it! She's playing with him! Kill him!
I was hoping they was going to attack her. To be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I was really wondering, like, if this goes south, what? I mean, they're dead, right? Surely
Yeah.
they've got they're surrounded with guns pointed. I don't get how they would.
Which
would
then
Mate,
Joel had
If I
another
was them
attack at this point.
cowpokes,
Yeah?
if I was them cowpokes, I would have just shot them.
No.
They've already got a community. They're living good. They don't need no extras.
We don't need no background characters,
They don't need
Jackson.
no background characters. They're living good, mate. They're sitting pretty. They've got a little code now. They ride towards the camp waving the red flag. They know what they're doing. No dramas.
That is a cool system, though. I do love a post-apocalyptic village. I don't know what it is. I do love them.
Oh, look at them doors.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, what doors they've got? Pool doors, mate. Zombie apocalypse.
Oh.
Genius.
Oh.
Just saying. They've read the manuals.
So Joel this is something that will bite him in the bum in season 2, but immediately he introduces himself as Joel's second name. He's like, "Who are you?" "Oh yeah, I'm Joel. I'm Joel. That's me, Joel. I'm Joel. That's Ellie. She's the cure, by the way. But you don't tell anyone I told you that. Don't tell anyone I told you that." And luckily, thank God for that, it was quite not a high member in the community, but the only other person in the community who'd know who Joel is. So thank God she was out and about with him. "I'm Joel. Bang." And at what point they saddle him up, they go down to Jackson. Really cool community. Really like this. When did Ellie learn to ride a horse?
My thoughts exactly, Matthew.
Because she's one hand in it. She leaning back. She doing
Yeah.
everything I've seen online. Everything I've seen on Red Dead. She doing it. She
Yeah.
doing it. And I'm like, when did you learn this? Joel's there again, having a panic attack. Bless his heart. It's like, saying thank you to the horse prematurely.
But that shot you're looking at on Discord with all them all riding in on their horses,
Yes.
no one there is doubled up. Where did the extra horse come from for Joel and Ellie?
Oriana asked this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, there was a person for each horse, so I think they probably offed 2 of them.
Yeah, the dog
And then said,
jumped
"Alright,
at
you
2
guys
of
are
them.
out. You guys are in. Bang, bang.
It's
right,
an
okay."
in-out system.
Yeah. We don't increase or decrease our numbers. We keep it the same.
This chick knows to ride a horse. She can stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
but
the family, so.
I asked the same question. When the hell did Ellie never sat in a car but can ride a horse great in the
Doesn't know what a
QZ?
seatbelt is.
Yeah. Trash, mate.
Trash. But then the brothers meet. Joel sees Tommy constructing. Like, dude, you could have been anything else in this new world. And you're stuck to building. You're stuck to contracting. But I guess, it's your strength.
Contractors. They're contractors. People love contractors.
People love contractors.
People love contractors. They don't. I sure as shit don't.
I'm starting to learn not to. Email me. I know you're listening. Come on. Just keep me up to date with things. Right. Sorry. But Tommy and Joel meet. Oh, it's so cute. This is a good man hug right here. Look at that. And those gloves look warm as hell. Everyone just looks so warm and toasty. I love a layer. I love layering up.
That was touching. That was a nice hug.
That was a nice hug. Oh,
What you doing? I'm looking for you. Oh, was it? I'm looking out for you. I'm trying to.
yeah,
I'm saving
I've
you.
come to save you. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, they got lights. They got electricity.
Joel's like, I'm coming to save you. Just pulls out his gun, just starts blasting everyone around. Quick, let's get out of here.
Come on, Tommy, quick.
When they're in the little thing they're eating, and Tommy tells Joel that the lady, I've forgotten her name, Maria is his wife, and Joel looked down. I thought that was the first sign of racism from Joel. I thought his southern racism was coming out of him.
No, Joel had a half-caste child. Sarah was.
I know, but he just looked down.
Oh,
He looked down.
okay, I see what you're saying.
But what it was, I'm
Joel.
guessing what it was like the fact that he's been looking out for Tommy and he stopped radio contact, so he was just fuming at Tommy's like, couldn't let him know that he was safe. But for that split second when he was like, actually, me and Maria are married, Joel just like looked down and I was like, be racist, Joel.
Oh, damn.
Do that. Be that guy.
As you were saying there, like, he hadn't heard from Tommy. He was thinking, like, he travelled that distance because he thought Tommy was genuinely in danger.
Yeah.
And he's living up in Jackson, getting married,
Well,
getting
the fuck, we got
married and
married.
having kids. And
Joel's
Joel's
out of
like,
service.
dude, a phone call, like one radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was a split second there before I tweeted. I was like, don't be racist, Joel. We don't need this in this
Say
day and age.
congrats. Say congrats, Joel. Congrats. Yeah.
that was all. I could feel the awkwardness there.
Yeah.
That was-
Oh,
yeah.
God.
And Ellie getting very angry. A child looking at her.
In it? What's her beef?
Yeah, and that was the second thing. That was the second kind of element of rudeness. And I was like, why are you so territorial? Like, what's going on?
This my
Like-
man. This is my man.
Like, I get she's a fiery character, but it's only like when it's necessary. But this episode, she's like, fuck you, like completely unprovoked.
You're trying
And
to
I'm
make
like,
a fuck out of me? Hey,
Yeah.
hey, I'm surviving here.
Do you think she's just given up a little bit? Like she's not trying to make friends anymore because of Sam and Henry. She kind of grew quite close to Sam and Henry, and now she's just
damn.
completely shut herself down. So she's just going on the attack.
Oh, true.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my gosh. I think it's
She's
God
pushing
complex.
people away.
She's walking around, I'm the cure. I am the saviour.
But no one knows. No one knows.
And that makes it even sweeter for her. I mean, she gets the reaction she wants.
Mate, I'll be telling everyone.
You really would.
I'll be telling everyone.
I'm Drew, I'm the cure. Sorry, I'm the cure. My name's
Let them
Drew.
bite me. Let them bite me. See what happens. No big deal. Don't worry about it.
I'm a goddamn dish. I'm a goddamn snack.
I'm sure they're curious. Let me bite me. See what happens.
And look, the dog doesn't see a thing. Whoa, right of course me.
Yeah. Oh, can I get some bandages? Please, I'm bleeding out. I've got a lot of wounds.
So they have we find out Joel's not racist, and he's
Which
just
is always a
imagination.
bonus. Always a bonus.
in a TV show. And then they're married, and they put him up with some digs, and then they walk in, and Ellie's wakes up after a shower, and they've given her some clothes. And what else did they give her, Nath?
I don't know. I think it was something like some sort. I don't actually know. I don't actually know what it's called.
So me and Nathan have two different things, and I'm not 100% sure either of us are right.
No, I think Drew's is correct because I was just online like watching a Last of Us video last night on YouTube, and someone in the comments was like, "Why are they giving Ellie contraception?" I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then I went back and wait, it's not contraception, is it? But no, I think Drew is right. I think it's like something for like a period. So I think that's.
I don't know the technical term for it, so I'm just going to go straight out.
Like menstruation cup or something. But yeah, I think that makes sense because like initially I was like, wait, no, surely they're not just handing Ellie contraception.
Have baby.
But yeah, have baby.
Have baby.
There are other people here. Have baby. But yeah, no, I think Drew's on the money there. I think that makes sense.
Moon cup. That sounds right. Thank you. I've got a woman in the room. She's telling me period blood cup is not the correct term for what they gave Ellie.
Chalice.
It may be called a moon cup.
Moon cup.
A
So,
moon cup.
Thank you,
1
Kat.
second.
Much appreciated.
What's a moon
This just
cup?
in. Moon cup. But I would Google it, but
It's a period product. Can confirm. That's
Yeah.
2 women now. That's 2 women we've confirmed.
Yep.
With.
We go.
Thank you, Ariana.
nice.
Because I suppose there's no other sanitary stuff. So what would you do really?
And
She
goes,
shoved tissue up
and
there,
then-
I would have
and then
thought.
it like goes bloop, and she laughs and she goes, ha. Yeah. Oh. I'm getting a diagram drawn.
You get Matt's getting diagrams. What are you going to offer
Oh
me back?
Jesus!
Put your trans back on.
and I'm guessing. And I'm guessing. It's
Here's one I
reusable?
made earlier.
You wash it and it's reusable.
Oh, gee, do you think they make them at the compound?
Interesting. No, they would have stolen them from somewhere, surely. It's plastic, it's resin. They ain't 3D printing there. Maybe.
Squishy as well. Very convenient. How on earth you thought that was a contraceptive, Nate?
No, I didn't think it was contraceptive. No, because I didn't pay too much attention to it. Saw the comment online and made me go back to it, and I was like, oh,
So she gets a moon cup.
Yep.
And she's like, never used one of these. Cool. Sick.
Neither have I.
And then she walks in, and they've got Sarah on the chalkboard.
Yeah. And the other name, which was
Kevin.
Kevin. Oh, Kevin. Yeah, Sarah and Kevin.
It's nice.
But-
Two days apart. It's rough.
So from what I'm gathering, Kevin is Maria's kid from a previous relationship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, Sarah is. Oh, God.
Played by the best bloody actor in the world.
Absolutely.
She's
Yeah.
going places, mate. Mark my words, she's going places.
Absolutely. I like that the entire compound is described as communism, and this is communism that is working. So that was quite a nice, quite a nice thought.
So I'm confused because again I don't know much about American history, but so Joel was a bit like, oh, it's communism, and so it was like, yeah, they got me, like, because I got the impression from the start that Joel and Tommy, being from the South, were perhaps Republicans, so all for America and guns and just like, you know, living their life cool. But I thought they would have been on the communist route, like, yeah, this is cool, fine. But Joel seemed like, oh yeah, people, this isn't like the free world, and Joel was like, yeah, you got me.
Well, no, I think it's like over most of the 20th century, America's been at war with like kind of communist nations and countries and stuff like that.
So Joel's been like, this isn't like free, like
this isn't,
American
yeah.
land,
So like
land of the free
America's,
kind of stuff.
yeah, America's never been on that side. They've always been a more capitalist side, and you know they've had wars with like the Soviet, like Cold War, Soviet Union, and stuff with Cuba and stuff like that, where they're always on the other side of communism. So I think there's a kind of like anti-communist sentiment,
Yeah.
which I think they were kind of alluding to there, where it's kind of like, oh yeah, we're going to this side, are we? Yeah, we've seen how that's worked, and then yeah,
I liked it because Tommy was just like, damn it.
yeah.
You got to speak.
We also learn here that Maria is also pregnant during the
Yes.
communistic
Mm.
talk. Yeah.
Well, who do you think gave Ellie the moon cup? Because she sure as shit don't need it for 9 months.
Oh, I hope they washed it. Oh,
We hope so.
Gosh.
I mean,
Yeah, go on.
they've got it so good there in Jackson. Like, imagine like the kind of places people would come from, like post-apocalyptic. Imagine Kansas City. If you came from there all the way to Jackson, I mean, they're thinking about getting bacon, and they can provide sanitary products to the women, and it's like, how much
it's
they've
a bit
almost
cold,
got everything. Almost got everything. It's a bit cold, but again,
They got
that's,
whiskey though, man.
but yeah, like
Oh,
yeah,
they
it's
do.
cold, but they've got whiskey.
They got a
They've
fucking
got
bar.
campfires. They've probably got marshmallows. They could just go by the fire, and they've got like all these nice coats and like
Christmas trees.
yeah,
They got magic horses that just appear whenever they find new people.
That's also a big bonus. Yeah, eat the horses. Yeah.
yeah.
Bloody
Like what,
genius, mate.
the horses don't look ragged or anything. The horses look well fed. Yeah, mate, they got it good.
I'm a big fan.
No, I do like
Anna
that.
Jackson.
So this all happens as the day goes on. Ellie watches a movie, which is kind of cool, Could have been a bit of a better movie, but that's fine. I understand.
Did anyone know what the movie was?
No idea. I'm afraid.
No, Die Hard,
No, me neither.
Oh, it sounded like you're gonna.
Ghostbusters,
Nathan, this is not the podcast for that.
Ghost Faces.
Grow up.
Spirit Hunters.
I'm leaving.
Spirit Hunters. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. So Joel opens up to Tommy and tells him all about Ellie and how she is immune to the infection and how she saved his life on, I feel like, was it maybe more than one occasion? Definitely one occasion.
Yeah.
Well, they're talking about when the Raiders first hit, when he drove when they drove into the shop
Yes.
and he killed that dude. But then he shot him.
All over a pair of boots. Got a new pair of boots though, so that's always a bonus.
And then the next 5 minutes was Joel being like, "I'm so weak and sleepy."
Yeah,
And,
you just felt for the guy during this. I really did.
Oh, I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't either. I didn't either.
No.
Because like it felt very. Oh, I don't know. It just feels a bit unnatural the way they switch from like Joel being kind of friendly with Ellie to him being really snappy and off with her to him being like really friendly. But then, yeah, I don't know.
That annoys me later on in the episode. I think we're just round the corner to that.
Yeah,
But is this a sign of PTSD though? Like just mood swings.
I don't know. I think it could be related to. I mean, he's obviously in the show. He's obviously under a lot of stress if he's having like panic attacks and stuff like that. Like if his fight or flight response is kicking in for, when there's like cold air or stressful situations and stuff like. Because he said how like when they were surrounding him on the horses, it seemed like another panic attack was about to come on with what he was thinking about how he had no way out of the situation. Yeah, could be linked to that. I mean, just to let you know, I mean, you probably know it by now, but I'm the in the game guy. But just follow that up in the game.
Nathan in the game, yeah.
in the game guy. But in the game, when Joel has this talk with Tommy, he's like. He's quite aggressive with it, and he's like, look, you need to take her off my hands. You and your crew, you've got the resources. Just take her.
Yeah.
Like, I need this. He doesn't go into kind of anything else. He's just like, look, I need this. And then Tommy's kind of like, I don't know. And then Joel like pushes Tommy up against the wall and is like, look, stop pissing around. I'll bring you the cure for the whole world, and you're worrying about my family this, my family that. Just grow up and get it done. And there's that tension there and stuff like that. But this is just like a complete different way of going about it, really. It's more kind of like...
He just wants to get back to Bill's ass. That's what he wants. He's like, I've seen
I don't
Bill's
blame him. Bill would have been bloody brilliant in Jackson. He would have been bloody brilliant.
I mean, think of all the tools. Think of all the good tools he had.
Yeah.
Also, this PTSD thing, where he's saying like he couldn't think of what to do. Again, that's put him straight back into the same environment of where he lost Sarah, wasn't he? Just him and Sarah being surrounded, guns pointed at him, and it's just like, I suppose it's just reliving that trauma.
Absolutely, and I think it's a shame. I think it's a shame. Maybe we're going to see a bit more of it as the episodes go on. But the only other time I can remember us seeing this was right in episode 1 or 2 when he absolutely just punches that guard to death outside the QZ.
That's episode 1.
It was episode 1, so that's the only time I remember seeing a type of PTSD. But like you say, yeah, we could be showing another sign of that. And he used the word afraid, and my heart melted. It's like, I'm just afraid. I'm like, oh, Joel, oh, Jesus.
Joel, I know and love. He's never afraid.
I'm afraid of Joel. That's how it should be. But no, he used the word afraid. I was like, oh God. And being a younger brother, I was like, oh. Do this, Joel. I'll do this for you. It's me, Tommy. I'll do it. But yeah, he kind of palms Ellie off to Tommy. I don't know when Ellie hears this conversation. I know she's wandering around outside, but Jackson looks pretty good. I mean, what have they got? Like, he was like, yeah, you're situated on 28th Street. It's like, Jesus Christ, 28 streets here, sir. Good grief, you've been busy. But yeah, Joel hands Ellie off to Tommy, and Tommy is a bit like reluctant, like you say, but he's healthier. He gonna do it. He gonna do that. But yeah, in the morning, the two will go their separate ways, and they have a bit of a. I mean, Ellie says the S word, and that is something you don't do.
Was that Sarah?
Sarah. It's like,
Oh, sorry.
you motherfucker! I'll take it all back. You shut your mouth.
Don't mention her name.
And this is where I kind of felt like Joel didn't deliver because I was really looking forward to the kind of the line that they didn't say, which I was hoping that they're saying. Because when she brought up Sarah, Joel in the game was like, "You're treading on mighty thin ice right now." But then he did say, "You have no idea what loss is," and I was like, "Oh." But again, he didn't say it with the same gravitas. Like with game Joel, it's kind of like if you overstep the line, you're getting punched in the face. But with show Joel, with show like because it's Pedro Pascal and he looks so nice, he'd be like, "Hey," and he'd just turn around from his angry face and be like, "Hey." But I just don't feel the tension when he tries to be serious. That's the only problem. I
did feel on the tip of my tongue on Joel's tongue when Ellie was like, "I'm not Sarah," and then I expected Joel to turn around and go, "Well, I'm not your daddy." It's like, no, he said, "I'm not your dad." It's like, I don't know why I just expect him to say daddy. But yeah, like you say, he's just missing that. Joel. But I don't know. Yeah, it says the S word. I'm not Sarah. Good. You could never be Sarah. And I'm not your dad. You're still cargo to me. You're still a backpack with guns. And a moon cup. So they have a solid night of just brooding. And that, everyone's had a night like that. Never go to bed angry, everyone. Always get it sorted because you're just going to have a bad sleep. And Tommy picks up Ellie, and they meet Joel at the stables, and this made me laugh. What are you doing? I'm about to steal one of these horses and leave. I would have given you one. It's like, I know that.
I just like the feeling of stealing horses.
Yeah.
It's the only good bit of rush he's got at the moment, just trying to steal things. I need to feel like a man.
Yeah.
Just giving off my cargo, and I need a horse.
But this is what kind of annoyed me. They were like at each other's throats there, like, "You are not Sarah. I'm not your dad. We are going our separate ways." And then they have one bad night of sleep between each other, and then they meet in the stables, and then it's just like, all right, I've changed my mind. You can pick now. And she's like, "Yep, okay, I'll go, Joel." It's I just felt like it was, like Nathan mentioned earlier, it's very quickly to be like, "I don't like you, you don't like me. Oh, I'm kind of fond of you now, but now I'm not fond of you. And now we're all friends, but now we hate each other. But now we're friends again." It's just very, it's very quick character progression and characters building their relationships. But I want to see that. I don't want to see 3 months in the future after a traumatic event that the guys can trauma bond over. I want to see Joel and Ellie on the screen having the petty arguments, making up, doing weird little things, and just, I just don't feel like I've seen enough of that to warrant the relationship they have, if that makes any sense to anyone.
So we need the foundation for it to be fully believable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I did watch it a second time round, and to be fair, the second time round it did feel a bit more put together, I guess, because I suppose he was thinking that he saw Sarah in the town square when he didn't, and I think he was trying to say, like, he's equating, he wasn't able to, protect Sarah, but he might be able to protect Ellie. But then again, I'm kind of like, if you were saying how weak you are and you're genuinely having kind of you need a break, it sounds like, and Jackson's a perfect place to have that break, why would you then the next day be like, "Oh no, it's cool, I'm fine." Let's go. Especially when he's been told that in between here and the university, like, raiders infected, people don't come back from that way. It's not a suicide run, but people don't come back. So I struggle to see what exactly changed here, apart from him just thinking about Sarah, and then that was enough to him to apply that to Ellie. So
well put, Nathan. Well put. No, very well put.
He just had a change of heart, didn't he? Because Ellie, she's like, "You're all that I have. Everyone leaves me, and you're the only one. I don't want to go with anyone. Everyone sees through this bullshit, and I'm a little shit. No one laughs at my puns." I
think that line that Ellie says, like, everyone,
he's either dead or leaves
you.
Me.
Everyone's left me except for you. And I forget what it is, but essentially, I'd just be more scared if I went with someone else. So, like, I'm reliant on you, I'm dependent on you, and And then, which brings me to another thing, by the way, right? At the start, back to the
Get it,
couple.
Nathan.
Sorry, just
Get it.
already had his first panic
Get it,
attack.
Nathan.
Yeah. Ellie was like, how about me? Are you dying? Because if you die, then, you know, we are 10 feet away from those really nice people who make me soup, but I'm going to be fucked. How about me? How about me? Joel, get your shit together.
What's it like hearing it from a different perspective, Nathan? What's it like hearing someone else recite me?
Oh, no, it's just our Warzone sessions. Fuck.
But what about me? How does this affect me, Joel?
Me. Why is you dying getting in the way of my day?
It's really inconsiderate of you.
I mean, I'm not jumping ahead, but it was the same at the end as well. Like, you know, it just like not one point in this episode was I convinced that Ellie actually cared about Joel. Ellie seems just kept both times Joel was having serious issues. Ellie was like, "But how about me though?" She was actively voicing it, being like, "Yeah, but how about me though?" And Joel's there like, "Ugh," and she's like, "Yeah, but have you got any pocket money? Because."
Joel's there asking for a
Shop on
selfie,
one.
and he's
Yeah,
just
yeah, and I'm like, Jesus, he's so selfish. But I'm like, yeah, so just like rudeness and selfishness from Ellie, which just doesn't seem characteristic based on what we used to. But yeah, I appreciate it's a bit different. Yeah.
I feel we would have seen more of their bond if we saw more of them out in the wilderness together, coming across things and working together to overcome them, like even like getting past clickers and stuff like that, or infected, and like helping each other out, getting through places. And that would, because obviously that bond develops a lot during the game when you're doing through the missions. They're talking to each other through those missions, and we're just not getting that here.
I think the bond will come after the next couple of episodes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's. I mean, if you want trauma bonding, then that's
yeah, and I think I'd like to really think that this is when Ellie gets grounded and she's like, "Holy shit, I've had to do this to survive," and this is where Joel will use the term "baby girl" on her when he rescues her from Jesus Christ, what's coming. I think it's just I feel like they've jumped to the end of a bond between these two characters and haven't really given us the meat of that. They've served dessert, but now we're about to get the main course in the next couple of episodes. I think it's just a bit of a weird way to go about doing it.
Yeah.
Is what I think. But she's a terrible shot with a rifle. Terrible shot.
Oh,
and so's Joel. He didn't even get it through the O.
I've got a note here when Ellie was like, "Look, this rifle's broken. Like, it doesn't even hit the target." I'm just like, I just put a note saying how I feel in Warzone. Just like this gun's broken. There's no way this works.
Doesn't work. Lag.
I then I watched someone online take out 3 people in 3 shots, and I'm like, no, the gun doesn't work like that. It doesn't.
Metas don't exist. It's all just a fight.
There aren't good guns.
And I thought she also asshole on the thing afterwards.
Oh, afterwards.
Because it's dead center.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, well, if he was aiming for that O, he's done a terrible shot then.
I think she wrote arsehole very neatly.
He needs to reposition. She's got better handwriting than me, and she's living in a post-apocalyptic world.
Well, it was dead center though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Dead center of the target. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she wrote.
Why are they not travelling? Why are they making a dummy I guess to practice shots? I get that, but like to make it and give it arms. Come on, why? Just put it.
Also, like again, they're out in the middle of nowhere where they know there's loads of raiders infected.
Shooting guns.
Firing rifles like that draws attention.
Bang! Yeah, HDRs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no silencers on those. They need to like be a bit more inconspicuous.
The people on the horses come back around like, hey, dog comes back out. Have you been bit since? Yeah,
which brings me on to that. Why didn't Tommy just be like, yeah, take like 4 guys with you, just to make sure you get there. Take 4 guys.
Why did Tommy still not go?
Yeah, Tommy. Why can't Tommy? I'll come.
Why can't Tommy guys? What like this is in the game? Joel was like, take you and your crew and take Ellie. Like this is not a 1-person job to just steamroll through infected America with raiders and stuff like that. Like give us manpower. So yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, and I suppose I know Tommy doesn't, but yeah,
he's whipped, isn't he? That's what it is.
Got a kid on the way.
I can't go. Maria says I can't go.
I can't go. I can't do it. But we get a little bit more. Get a bit more relationship shining through. where they do talk about each other's past, bring up the everybody loves contractors coming up and explaining the rules of American football, which I still don't understand to this day.
I hate myself for slightly knowing a bit more about it each time.
Oh.
I have to listen a lot about Darren going on about it, so I get there.
I mean, I do like the whole when Ellie learns and tries to understand what the world was like even like when she was in the house with Joel and she was like, what skirts and what dresses to wear.
Oh, yeah. This is all you had to worry about.
Yeah, that's what you had to worry about at the time. Like, is that your biggest problem? And just like little things like that, just kind of even about I know we're coming up to it, but the university, just being like, well, like just adults came here and just learned stuff. What? It just seems, so obscure.
I was quite surprised they'd made it to the university in this episode. I looked at the time, there was like 13 minutes left, and I was like, oh, bloody hell, we're really going fast along this road.
Did feel like they crammed it all in very quick at the end of the episode, because I think it was like 8 minutes or something like that. I looked and it was just 8 minutes at the end of the episode, just kind of crammed in towards the end.
But,
and I felt
this is what they're doing, because they know they've got a flashback, haven't they? So they cram it all in, so it's all like it leaves it on like that big cliffhanger, and then they're going to go for this is what I hate about TV shows as a whole. They do, every TV show does this. They leave you on this big cliffhanger, and then you tune in next week to be like, oh my god, I can't wait to see what happens, because oh my god, and they go flashback, and we're not going to tell you anything.
it's just the hooks to get you. Yeah.
Because what I would think for next episode, I will get into it. What I think.
We'll get into that. But for this episode, monkeys.
Yeah, giraffe.
Monkeys. There was a giraffe picture in the girls' room that Ellie was staying in.
Oh, fuck off! Don't count, does it? $100 million budget, and you can't even get a fucking giraffe.
Well, the giraffes aren't yet, though, are they?
Yeah. Come on, Drew.
They're by St Mary's.
They've relocated, haven't they? And they're going to see the giraffes later.
Yeah, but no, the monkeys were there.
Monkeys.
I knew the monkey would be on the desk, because you get the same thing in the game, and I was like, yeah,
monkey desk.
When they open the door, it's like, oh, is it bandits? Oh, where's a monkey?
Monkey.
Monkey screams, runs out.
Click a monkey.
Shits on the desk and leaves. Does a Drew.
Click a monkey. Yeah.
Oh my god, a clicker monkey.
Could you imagine a clicker monkey? Oh,
that'd be terrifying. It'd be like the clicker kid, but with like 3 times the strength.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, sorry to go completely off topic here, not completely off topic, but referring back to that clicker kid. So, if a child is now a clicker,
yes,
does that mean you could technically get child bloaters?
Yes, is what I brought up last episode. Yeah, could you imagine a bloater with the manoeuvrability of a child, like that child clicker?
It'd be pretty exciting.
It'd be bloody terrifying. It'd bite me shins off. Jesus.
Oh, that would be really funny though, because you see, like, you know how the bloater came out the floor, and you're looking at it, be like, oh my god, it's coming out. You got the camera, and then the camera just pans out, and it's like 3 foot tall, but it's like an absolute unit, but it's just running towards you like 3 foot tall.
It's just Bueller coming at you.
Just an absolute 3 foot tank ripping your shins off.
Oink. Flips a fucking car. Yeah.
Cute bloater. I hope we see those.
Who's the dude? He died. Rips him in half. Yeah, jumps on him, rips him in half. Oh,
yeah.
Perry. Oh,
Perry.
Oh, Perry.
I'm gonna forgot him.
Oh,
GBNF.
So Raiders turn up at the university.
Yeah.
Which good timing. And then Joel finally chokes someone out. I don't know if he's choked someone out yet in this TV show, but good bit of choking out. Ellie's got the gun ready just in case. But would you, now at this point, would you feel, I guess if adrenaline's running through you, I've never choked a man out. Let me say that clear right now. I don't know what it feels like. Kind of want to find out. No, would you feel...
It's a big endorphin rush.
Yeah, it was the baseball bat handle that stabs him in the gut. Oh, God. So horrible. No, that's leaving splinters. Oh.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't feel the, like, I knew a friend who they got in a fight, got stabbed, and they didn't feel it until after. It's only after they noticed when he looked down that
Did this friend pull it out, or did he leave it in?
No, it was already out.
God, yeah, no. Oh God.
It's only when they look down. So it's one of those things where it's like the adrenaline, you just don't notice it It
was fucking stupid of him to put it out though.
Oh, absolutely. First rule of any first bit of medical first aid: if it's in there, leave it in there. It's holding everything in right now. Leave it in.
I just don't get why he pulled it out.
That's what they say, though, isn't it? Like, if it's in, leave it in.
Yeah.
Like, quickly get back to Jackson. How
Yeah.
did that 5 days? Oh, wait, it's a 5-day trip, though, isn't it? So
Funny enough, if it's in, leave it in. It was a direct quote from I Lost My Virginity. So it counts.
Jesus Christ.
But I lost a bit of respect for Joe when he took it out. Totally.
Well,
No, you don't
suppose
survive 20 years in a post-apocalyptic clicker-infested area where people are fighting each other and not know to leave it in.
I think it's maybe it's shock. I don't know. He just acts like he doesn't. His mind is probably like, because people in shock don't think straight, do they? It's like, oh, let me just take this out and then I'll get on a horse and we'll leave.
I'm in a constant state of shock then, if that's the case. I am.
I've been in this state of shock for 5 years. But yeah, so but yeah, I was. No, I'm being a Nancy. No, not a Nancy. Debbie Downer. That's it. I know I'm being a Debbie Downer with this one, but I was really hoping that he'd fall off the
onto
first floor balcony, because it was so intense. Because for those who don't know, and spoiler alert for the game, for those who don't know, Joel's fight. The bandits come in. Joel's fighting off a bandit on the first floor balcony, and he gets pushed off the balcony, and he lands basically a kind of rebar spike, impales him basically on the floor. And Ellie helps kind of get him up, and he kind of he's like, move out of the way, and he starts shooting a couple of bandits and then raiders, whatever you call them. And then literally he's kind of collapsing as they're making their way towards the exit. He's kind of like losing blood and getting a bit dizzy. Ellie's trying to help him, really struggling. And it's just such an intense thing. Like, oh my God, are they going to make it out of there? I just like when Joel got stabbed, he was already by the horse, and it's just like, flop him on, go. And just it was so intense in the game. I was wishing
this man on.
Flop this man, flop him over. He's near, he's in flopping distance. Flop him over the horse.
But it falls off again.
I'm really glad that they kept that. Because that was a really kind of
I
like.
thought he would have fallen off onto the railway track, done his head in at the same time. Been like,
I'm really glad that they kept that falling off the horse scene, because it's so good. It's such a like, how like I'm fucked. Like, this is how am I going to get you back on? You know, really helpless.
How does she get in both the game and the show? How does Ellie get Joel back on the horse?
It cuts out and they teleport.
Oh, of course, makes so much sense now. Of course.
Yeah.
I reckon they're just going to stay in that train next to him. She manages to get him 15 meters.
Actually, to be fair, if there was rope, just tie Joel's foot to the horse and then just
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Get.
Safety horse, go. Yeah. Maybe not on the track. But yeah, no. So, but again, Ellie was over him. Like, what am I going to do?
You.
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
But she does get a bit teary and stuff, which is quite nice.
To be fair, yeah, it did. Yeah, I did feel for her then, especially. She did look really sad.
It was intense when they got on the horse and they ran away from the bandits. That was quite intense. So as much as I want them, I would rather have done it like the game. They still did a very good job of keeping it quite intense and getting the heart going. Because I was like, oh fuck me!
I mean, Ellie's perfecting her turn around and shoot, isn't she? Like, first with the truck and now with the bandits. It just turns around.
I can only shoot things that are directly behind me.
Shooty bang bangs.
I don't know if she got. I think her accuracy needs to be. I don't know if she actually got anyone. I don't know if it showed that.
Nah, she's shit, mate. She's shit.
All those lessons.
Exactly.
Useless.
She'll just moan. She'll think that Joel's dying and be like, but what about me? This gun's aim is off. I can't survive without you, Joel, and this shit gun. She'll be fuming. So that's where the episode ends.
That's where the episode ends, with Ellie crying over Joel, asking him, what's she going to do? What am I going to do without you? What about me?
And on to the next episode. It is named Left Behind, which was the title of the DLC, which was a huge flashback.
Flash! Back! Flash!
A huge
back.
whole thing is a flashback of Ellie's origin story, basically. So
I haven't seen a next time.
Neither have I.
Here's what I think's going to happen.
I think it's the exact same thing as me. Go
I
on.
think she's got Joel held up in an area where they're nice and safe, and Ellie's flashbacks are between her and a character called Riley relearning and remembering basic first aid in Fedra school that she's then applying to the present injured Joel. And it's just kind of Ellie remembering things like how to hunt, how to track, how to do this, how to do that. And then right at the end or halfway through, you come across David. Or the entire episode would be devoted to a flashback.
I think you're right. I think you're going to get flashbacks in between. But I think the opening shot will be the bunny scene.
Do you reckon?
They have to keep.
Do you
the bunny
think
scene.
it will be another like 2 weeks later, a month later kind of dealio? Because that's a lot for Ellie. I don't think Ellie's ready to bow a rabbit right now.
But I think it will. I think it'll be like a 2-week thing. But she's gone out, and then as she's like gathering supplies to try and help Joel, that's when the flashbacks will happen. And yeah, you're right. At the end, we'll have
Him.
David.
Or
Him.
maybe she's not delicate with a bow and arrow. Maybe she just blasts the deer away with a rifle. Just
Looking away from it.
she's got a rifle with a scope. Like
They have to keep the bunny scene in it.
To be fair, no, the bunny scene is.
But
good.
what if they don't? I don't think they will.
They have to. Apparently, there was people crying out for it, saying like, "You have to include it. You have to include it." I think the producers and I was like, "Y'all need help. You shouldn't want it this much."
I think that I'm really looking forward to next episode because it's proper
I'm
it's a trial. It's a trial by fire. It's an absolute trial by fire. There's a flashback as well. I enjoyed the DLC, but yeah,
We're going
forward to next
to see 15 minutes
I'm not-
of like present day, and the rest of it will just be so much flashback, and I just don't care for it. I might just find out if there's a bunny scene, and then fast forward to the end, see if David turns up, and just skip it all. So I'll be quite quiet on the podcast.
Actually, we are episode 6, right?
No, it's going to be episode 7 next week.
Yeah, next week.
I know, but
episode
we
7.
are episode 6.
Correct,
Episode
yes.
7. And then wait, how many are there in this?
9.
Nathan. 9. So 3 more after this.
Lee.
Yeah,
Oh, do you reckon it'll be a 2-episode thing?
with flashbacks.
Oh no, I don't know if they can't do it into 2 episodes, can they?
Do you want another runtime?
What's the runtime?
61 minutes. Oh,
Okay. So
It's
I
not
mean,
long enough.
like as long as they keep a good balance between the flashback and what happens present day,
yeah, man.
then I think they could squeeze it into 60 minutes. So yeah, I fingers crossed they don't focus too much on one or the other because they do need to cover both. So I'm keen to see both.
Why don't they just skip the flashback altogether, and then
Yeah, but
continue? No, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out.
All right. Go on.
Continue the episode, continue the story of present day that we all know and love, where we've left off this episode, and then finish the series. Everyone's happy, filled with content, and then let's say Christmas time, bring out the DLC then for a one-off Christmas special.
Okay.
Easy, and then I'd have to watch it.
Or they could kind of, if Ellie comes across a particular shopping mall, then that might link in with the current day events that are happening.
Oh, she's gonna go past a fucking merry-go-round. Oh, get fucked. Boring, mate.
I think hopefully they have a good blend of it. Because I think I don't mind this flashback. I'm keen for it. I enjoyed the DLC.
It's going to be an emotional roller coaster, but hopefully we get clickers or some form of infected next week.
Oh,
We've got to. We've got to.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
got to see the bite
no,
happen.
We have to. Yeah, we have to. Yeah.
No.
I just want to see more action with Joel, but I'm not going to see that now.
No,
There's no way he's in fighting condition.
Yeah.
Joel's
He's
out of action.
absolutely not in fighting condition, at least for the next episode. Yeah, he's
I think that's him for the rest of the season, personally.
Yeah.
I reckon he dies next episode.
in baseball terms, he is out.
He is out. He is out. And even though he was teaching any football terms, he comes with a baseball term. He's I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Down and out.
Good episode title, that. Righty. I will wrap up this episode by saying I still haven't come across Ellie saying, "Geez, Joel, once. Man got stabbed and fell off a horse. Come on. Come on." Jeez, Joel, get up. What am I going to do?
It
Come
might be next
on.
time. It might be
Oh,
next episode.
I just
'Cause
want
I don't
one.
think he's got any lines. I don't think he's gonna have any lines next episode.
Am I the only person who wants Jeez Joel to be a thing?
I'm not
Yeah,
told about it.
I'd take it or leave it, to be honest, mate.
Oh! Wow. Wow.
I'd rather the flashbacks go before seeing that.
What? Etu, Drew B. Wowzers. And Etu Nathan. My goodness. A good episode. I need a G's. I need a G's, Joel. Good episode. Sets up for the next flashback next week. And then, again, just the gamers who have played it know what's coming. And if it is as bad as it was in the games, my goodness, it's going to be a difficult watch, but in a weird positive way. If they can pull it off, yeah.
I don't fully remember this part of the games. I know it's bad, but I forget.
Even you pushed it out of your head. Wowzers.
I have a feeling that I did like enjoy the episode. I had my criticisms, obviously, but yeah, no, I think it's going to ramp up. I think it's going to get good next episode. Like, I think the next one's going to be a banger. And I have a prediction for next episode. I think we're going to see both OG Joel and Ellie, the voice actors who did the Joel and Ellie in the game, next episode.
Oh.
Ashley Johnson and Troy Baker.
Oh.
I think I know we're going to. I'm pretty sure we're going to see Troy Baker, who played Joel in the games.
Yeah.
I think we may also see Ashley Johnson potentially. So I'm super keen to see how they go in. So no, I'm excited for that.
Excellent. Guys, would you like to say anything else before I wrap up our episode of the Podcast of Us?
I'm nervous for next week, but I'm going to open-minded.
Excellent.
Sorry, what was that question?
Anything else you'd like to say before I wrap up our episode, Nathan? Anything else you'd like to say?
I'm good, thanks.
Wonderful stuff. Well, with that said and done, I'd like to thank you all for sticking around and listening to our thoughts on episode 6 of our show, The Podcast of Us, as we went through and delved into episode 6 of the show, titled Kin, with a runtime of 59 minutes. Thank you all for listening. If you've enjoyed yourself, please do consider following, liking, and subscribing. You all know how to do this. Please do join us next week at the same time of 7:30 GMT time over on twitch.tv/MateusPlayers as we delve into episode 7 titled Left Behind with a runtime of 61 minutes. Thank you all again. Take care and see you next week.
Bye.
Drew, would you like to sign us off?
Yeah, do you want to start us off, Drew? Come on. You got this. You've been practicing.
I've forgotten what it was.
We're 6 episodes in. Come on.
Okay. This may not be the last of you, but it's the last from us. No, fuck.
So close. So close.
I genuinely try it
It's
every
okay.
time.
It's okay. You'll get
it
it next time. You'll get it next time. It's okay.
It might not be the last of them, but it could be the last of what?
Us.
The last of them? Last of us.